Is here. Okay, how are you? Welcome, my friend. I just put some finishing touches on a video, a couple videos. Um, Breath work, if anyone's interested. I'm trying to present things at their basics. The bare minimum you need to know to get started now for immediate benefit with the greatest impact. Um, the breath work can seem so complicated, and when you get into some advanced pranayamas, it is. It doesn't have to be though. Lee, just the person I wanted to see. I made these videos for you, with you in mind, I should say, with you in mind, with William in mind, and with our friend Bumblebee T in mind. The three people, everyone can benefit from breath work. And again, such dramatic impact immediately. This is why, if someone were to say, what's the one thing I can do that's going to have the quickest, most immediate, and greatest impact on my health, my well-being, my state of mind, my stress level, again, my emotional health, my physical health, it would be breath work. However, if they would say, what's the one thing I would do? I would say do two things. The other thing is to get out in nature. A 20-minute walk as early as possible, as soon as you can get up and get out there. Wake up, do your breath work, get outside and walk for 20 minutes, and your life will be transformed. So I put out a video yesterday for what's called Ujjayi breathing. And that is, Ujjayi translates to victorious breath. However, a lot of people like to call it ocean breath, because it's the sound when you put the seashell up to your ear, that's the sound you hear with your breathing. Let's see, William says, turns out sister returned earlier than expected, so we do too. So what's the story with your heading out on your journey, William? Okay, says hello, Lee and William. So two things, and we'll add on to that. We'll add on some asanas, a real easy yoga routine, really easy. But this is the entirety of yoga. Remember, yoga is, it's actually big, but the yoga I'm talking about here, Ashtanga yoga, which means the eight branches, the 8 limbs of yoga. That's what we're starting with. We're starting with the breath. However, before the breath, we have the ethical foundation as well as the personal observances. And we'll get into the ethical stuff. I've also given some talks about that on YouTube. But everyone knows we don't lie, we don't steal. The amazing thing about yoga is how deep they take it. When we say we don't lie, it means we don't lie to ourselves. That we don't, it's not just about lying to others. We are not lying to ourselves. When they say don't steal, not only are we not stealing from others, love from Bangladesh. Thank you, my friend. I hope things are well for you in Bangladesh. I know there's been some unease. We have a young friend that lives there, so sending prayers in your directions, my friend. William says he's excited. He's leaving tomorrow. He says, Eric, is there a video on your channel you'd like me to check first? The 2 ones on breathwork, they're probably the newest ones that you'll see. Well, one was yesterday, and one was today. I did another one on a Course in Miracles Simplified, which might be helpful as well. But the 2 ones on breath gives you the fundamentals of breathing. I'm going to cover another one tomorrow, maybe 2 more tomorrow. Let's see. MD says, how are you, brother? I'm well. I hope things are well with you too. He says, slow MD. Rafat, right? Refat. I think I'm saying that right. It's definitely easier to say MD. Let me see. Let me bring up my channel real quick. Just a second. So yeah, today breathwork basics, and then yesterday was UJ breath, talk and a demo. UJ breathing is that oceanic breath sound, victorious breath. You might have, if you ever dropped into a yoga class, you might have heard people breathing very heavily. Not so much heavily as with that sound. That's UJ breathing. Doesn't have to be done that loud though. Let's see. Well, we got some people here. Cholalila says, "Oh yeah, MD 2020." And wait a minute, all I heard was MD. Are we talking about alcohol? Nope, we're not talking about alcohol. Do you want to talk about alcohol? MD says, I'm a subscriber to your channel. Thank you, my friend. Very much appreciate that. I'm going to take a look at your channel real quick. And just, just to reach out and have that connection, I went ahead and subscribed to you. Hosea says, have you been born again through our Savior, Jesus Christ? I would imagine so. I was raised a Catholic. I'm no longer a Catholic, practicing or otherwise. Let's see. Imania says, who is standing behind you in black clothes? It is Death, Death himself. Death, according to Carlos Castaneda and the shamanic Toltec traditions of Mexico. Death is always standing behind us on the left side, ready to tap us on the shoulder. And if we remember that, then a large issue of our self-importance vanishes. How can you take yourself so seriously? How can you feel so self-important if death is always there, ready to tap you on the left side, to claim you as its own? In yogic and Hindu lore, it's Lord Rama, the Lord of Death. Always waiting, always there. The good news is we can actually use death as our advisor. Goli says, you're hot. Well, it's summertime. Temperature's high. Leo says, much love, Brother Yogi. Hope you are well, my guy. I'm doing well. Hey, don't tell me you're going to do round 2 after all those Navy SEALs. Let's see. Shivjinder, I believe. Kirahal Taklia. Jody, how are you? Raj says, hi, sir. Hello, my friend. How are you? MD says, are you from brother? I'm from Eastern United States. Mike Oxong says, excuse me, sir. What kind of racist? I don't know. Are there different categories? Lee says, Eric, I would look forward to watching these videos, but I will watch when the boys are playing outside so I can fully concentrate. Thank you, Eric, for thinking of us. Absolutely. And I didn't demonstrate the entire 10 breaths that I'm talking about, but you can practice along, and then when you're done practicing, do the 10 breaths on your own. William Hart says, who? MD says, Bangladesh. I can't speak Bengali. Did I say that right? I know the country. donation. Gully says, "You're so cute. I want to know more." Well, that is definitely an exaggeration. But you know what? It's regardless. Either way, it's nice to hear. Laradox says, "What's up? What's up, Laradox?" Lee says, "Leo Evening." William says, "Welcome back, Laradox." Absolutely. As I says, I just subscribed. Thank you, my friend. I very much appreciate it. As I says, you seem cool. Eh. That's translated as to, I guess this is about as cool as you can get to be 59 if you're not Brad Pitt, who is 60, by the way. The difference between me and Brad Pitt is he's Brad Pitt, and I'm not. Let's see. MD says, United States, well, my dream country. I hope you get the opportunity to visit one day, my friend, or even stay. Our friend Walking with Goldie says, hi there, lovely people. Hi there, lovely Goldie. Rowan says, welcome, Goldie. Our friend Jacob is here, and he immediately starts dropping channels, and he drops one for Laradox. Thank you for that, Jacob. Laradox, did you see that? Our friend Jacob went right to work for you. How amazing is that? How much can we all learn from Jacob? Jacob's a modest guy, and he would say, just like helping people. And that's why Jacob stands above. William says, hello, Jacob. Much appreciated. Hey, William, are you going to be able to stay in contact with us on your travels? Our friend MF Dredson was here. Dredson, I like your warm-ups. You and Two Cap definitely have some of the best warm-ups. Goldie says, hi there, brother Jacob. Eric Point says, hey everyone, driving, can't text, but we get a wave. I've heard from credible sources that a wave from Eric LaPointe is worth 10,000 words, 10,000 spoken words. Can anyone confirm that? Lee says, Goldie, hey, lovely to see you all, guys. Jacob drops the link for Kay. Hey, it was nice seeing you guys over at Odom's on his live stream. Odom and Kay, Micro Farmer, some of the best gardening channels out there, by far. Goldie says, please remember to subscribe to our outstanding brother Jacob. Absolutely. Lee says, Eric, I enjoyed the video earlier. Very much something satisfying about watching the vivid green landscape. I love green in nature, my all-time favorite color. And vivid is an apt description. It literally draws you in. You experience green, you know? Jacob says, hey everyone. Goldie says, how are you, brother Jacob? Thanks for dropping my link, Jacob. Very much appreciated. So, I had mentioned someone was talking about death, and I talked about how death is used as an advisor in the Toltec tradition, as well as in the yogic tradition. And we can take death as an advisor, because at any time we are thinking that we are so important that the thing that we're doing is so valuable, much more valuable than anything else anyone else is doing. If I were to start thinking how important my channel was, anything like that, I can always remind myself that at any moment I can be tapped on the shoulder by death. Death waits for no one. So that large amount of self-importance simply drops away. Anyok, did I say that right? Anyok says, good morning, hosts. Good morning to you, my friend. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Barb, my friend, how are you? Barb says, hugs and blessings, one and all. Just laying back, severe neck, back pain. Still here to support all of you. Hugs. Thank you so much, Barb. Um, I hope you're able to get some rest, my friend. Make it down here towards the bottom. William says, welcome back, Barb. Happy to see you back. Hope you're able to feel better soon. Absolutely. Lee says, hey, Barb, I hope you feel the warmth from the chat, and I pray that your pain eases away. Thank you for that, Lee. Kay says, I hope everyone is doing well. Let's see. Kay was in the garden yesterday on a live stream. Goldie says, Eric McCarty, when was last time you heard from Hello Flower here? I believe it was Sunday. Might have been Saturday or Sunday. She started school on Monday. She was not looking forward to it because it's a new school. So she's, making new friends. I try to reassure her that she is an extremely lovable person, as she is, as we all know, and that she'll always have her old friends, and now is an opportunity. She'll be meeting new friends as well. She's not leaving the old friends behind. She's just given a whole new opportunity to make brand new friends. Goldie says, hi there, Anyok. Let's see. The Open says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, my friend. Appreciate you stopping by. Always nice getting some new people stroll in. We were talking up above on breath work. Been talking the last few days on breath work, which is a subject so deep to my heart that I got a certification several years ago as a breathwork coach, as well as a yoga certification in pranayama. There's a difference that pranayama, as done in yoga, not all of the ones, but a lot of them, they have what's called a bandha. A bandha is an energetic lock, where like one of the energetic locks is a chin lock, where you breathe in, tuck your chin under, and it locks. You breathe in, you're locking that air tight. The other one is with the stomach, is you're doing a vacuum. And the other one is the perennial, as if you're trying to stop yourself from urinating. Just squeezing it. And then you can do all three together. But you got to do it with the proper breath. And I am not proficient at, even though I got certified, I don't feel that I'm proficient in teaching it. The breath work, however, what I've been showing, that I've been doing forever. Dopin says, I hope everyone is having a good afternoon. I am, my friend. Thank you. How about you? Follow Me Global is here. Says, yo, man. Global, how are you? Nice to see you back. So, Lucas Rockwood, he was my teacher to get my certification. I've had lots of other teachers, but he is the one that taught me with the certification. He is the one that made a pretty bold claim that you can get 90% of the benefits of meditation by doing breath work every day. Minimal investment of time, 3 to 5 minutes, 3 times a day. And you can do it virtually anywhere, depending on the breath, on the breathing method. No one would even notice. So imagine that. All the benefits of meditation, which are almost impossible for me to describe, done within 10 breaths, 3 times a day. Follow Me Global says, I'm good. Just about to roll a spliff. Good for you. Enjoy, my friend. It has been a while. I'm not saying never again, but it's doubtful. Follow me says, thanks, bro. You're welcome. So if you got problems with blood pressure, stress-related issues, uh, your emotional life is not where you would like it to be, problems at work where you know you would be better off if you were more relaxed, uh, learn some breath work. Global says helps me relax at night. Well, no doubt. It's good for pain relief too. Many, many benefits. I'm glad they finally made it legal. Amazing to me that alcohol would be legal all these years and that medicinal marijuana would be illegal. Her Siegfried says, hello, just a Yogi. How are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. I'm doing well. How about you? Our friend Siegfried has some warm welcomes for everyone. Goldie says, I have problems with work. I work too much. That is the one thing breath work can't help you with. I wish it could. Let's see. Global says it's illegal. I didn't know it was so illegal there. I wonder why. In the UK, but we all smoke it. Guys in the burpee community, we have a friend who is actually 30 days clean from smoking. For him, it said 26 years every day. For him, it was a big issue. It was the way he was using to avoid reality. Goldie says, I knew that would bring a smile to your face. It certainly did. The one thing that breathwork can't do. I was stumped. Her Siegfried says, Lee, I connect to your channel. Awesome. Lee says he just subbed in return. Our friend her Siegfried, as well as Walking with Goldie, as well as William, they consider themselves supporting channels. Although, hey, subs across the board, it's always nice to make that connection. But yeah, they're really not interested in getting links dropped or anything like that. Although, again, definitely follow back because it's good to make a connection. Goldie says, the one thing I can do is make you smile. And you do, probably more often than anyone else. You definitely bring a smile often. Eric Lapointe gets me laughing out loud pretty often. William Downey gets me laughing out loud pretty often. Goldie invokes a smile. Goldie invokes a smile by her presence, showing up. By degrees happier just by her being here. Global says he's sub 2 to our friend Siegfried. He says, thank you, no content as of yet, but it is work in progress. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Man, I love when everyone decides to make that creative decision that this is what I'm going to do. And you know what? It's fluid. It's flexible. You can start your channel and you can always shift. You can always move in a new direction, or you can just expand, I actually started, it wasn't this one in particular. I think it's under Eric McCarty. I have another, or I'll have to check. I have another YouTube channel that I started when YouTube first came out, and I actually did some of my poetry reading on it. Not very successfully. And I thought, well, I was going to start a entire channel just reading my poetry from my books. It never surfaced. I think, and that was like 2004, 2005, maybe later. And it's probably gotten less than 10 views, I'm sure. But then I started this channel just doing burpees. And I found when I was done burpees, I started talking about meditation because I can't shut up about meditation and breath work and yoga and stuff like that. And a few people said, hey, can you talk some more about these subjects? So I did some live streams, and here I am. Goldie says, I will republish my videos in September. Nice, because I really like your videos. Hopefully we'll have a Walking with Goldie live stream sometime. Jacob says, that means I can help drop you links in September, right, Sister Goldie? It's a good question. Siegfried says, Jacob Colby, it is good to see you again, my friend. Everyone knows Jacob. Jacob is becoming legendary, and not just for his burpees, which are legendary in and of themselves, but for what he does for everyone. He's like our friend CDP. Did I get that right? Who just shows up to put in a good word, to say, guys, just a reminder, and then I'll have a loving message, and I'll say, don't forget to hit the like button. And then he's off to do it somewhere else. It's the same way with Jacob. He shows up, he works for you without ever being asked to, and then you'll see him some other channel, some other live stream doing the same thing. I forget, it was either earlier today or maybe it was yesterday. I saw Jacob on the channel and he asked, do you mind if I drop links? How kind is that? Didn't want to make an assumption. He asked, and then he was able to start doing it. Siegfried says, be sure to hit the thumbs up, everyone. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you for that, my friend. Goldie says she doesn't know. We'll see. Our friend Kayla Boo is here. Kayla, how are you? My favorite live streamer. My favorite gamer live streamer. Jacob says it's not a problem, Sister Goldie. I respect your wishes. Goldie says thank you. Kay says hi, Kayla, and I was just going to mention Kay because look at Kay's channel. It's Kay Renee's Garden, but she is just as much fitness as she is garden, and the two go together so seamlessly. If you just said it like, so I do gardening and I do fitness, you might wonder, but when you watch Kay and you see how seamless it is, how excellent she is at both and explaining both, why she's doing this, then you know. I think Kay's selling enough. She could introduce Kay Renee's garden, fitness, and cooking, or something else, or book club. You know what I mean? It's all about the presenter. It's not about the thing itself. It's about the presentation. William says, I am back. My apologies. No trouble, my friend. What time are you leaving tomorrow, William? Oh, I don't know if you heard my question. Are you going to be able to communicate with us? William leaves on his journey of self-discovery tomorrow. So he's going with our well wishes for sure. He's going with our love. Definitely wishing you the best. And I hope you find exactly what you're looking for. Just as importantly, I hope you find the reason that you're looking for something. Sometimes we forget about that. Wife says, I think mission work would be incredible. Haven't found one to join yet, but I have no idea. I'm just going to wing it. Hey, do you keep a journal? Maybe you should journal along. Who knows what ideas might come to you, and who knows what might come from the journal. You could be the next Jack Kerouac. Except hopefully a sober Jack Kerouac. Jack Kerouac drank himself to death, I believe, before he reached the age of 50. Sadly. One of my favorite authors. You know what? Just today I was asked my top 5 favorite books, and I left off The Dharma Bums by Jack Kerouac. I reread that book every couple of years. Man, if I could say, Jacob, take one book with you, or stop at a used bookstore and see if you can find it, take The Dharma Bums, Jack Kerouac. Who says, I did not catch that part. Someone is talking to me. Jacob says, I got a list of who doesn't want me to drop their links. I respect the wishes of everyone. Thank you, Jacob. Man, that's very kind that you would decide to keep that list. And again, that is something that is Jacob-like. Not surprising, as it's Jacob. Goldie says, nope, I hope William Hart finds exactly what he needs. Sometimes what we wish for is not what we need. Very well said. Excellent. Jacob says, in his mind. It's a good place to have it. Goldie says, you are in Great Britain, right, William? He is in the Midwest of the United States. Heading east. I got the feeling that one day I'm going to hear a knock on my door, and William's going to be there, and he says, hey, Yogi, can we go get some pancakes? Sifri says, William Hart, good to see you again, my friend. Yeah, Jacob's another one who gets around. He shows up. He supports a lot of people. Goldie says define Midwest. So we have New York City on the east, and we have Los Angeles on the west. Right in the middle would be states like Kansas, Nebraska. They really, I guess, start at like, some people consider Midwest east of the Mississippi. To me, I think it's from the Rocky Mountains. From the Rocky Mountains to the Appalachian Mountains might be considered the Midwest. Discounting the Deep South, as that's its own category. I don't know if I offered a good explanation or not. Whoever says he is 5+ minutes behind. Forgive me. Not a problem. Goldie says, what state are you traveling to? He doesn't have a destination in mind. He's going to head east. I think he's aiming for Ohio first. Jacob's going to be what they used to call a vagabond. Here says, there you go too, Jacob. Sigley, I post your link 2 times for you. Thank you for that, Siegfried. Very much appreciated. Warp says, okay, sort of up. Yep, a traveler. William is in Wichita, Kansas. Excuse me, guys, I'm yawning. Wichita, Kansas, home of the, what's it home of, William? Jacob says, thank you, brother. Here. Hey, you know what? Let's take a quick trip over to Jacob's channel. And he did it. Jacob is at 302 subscribers, guys. He broke into the 3s. Well deserved. 500 is next. 500 and then a big push. We're going to hit the 1K. Goldie says, any chance he can make it to Ludington, Michigan, which is definitely Midwest. William says yes. Sifri says, sorry I missed your live stream. These time differences are hard. I wish they were one time zone. Yeah, they are hard to manage, especially when we go international now. You know, we have people who pop in and say good afternoon, good evening, good morning, all through the day. Let's see. Goldie says, you have Messenger, William Hart? And says, yes, I believe I'm connected with Yogi. You are. Yeah, Goldie, you can find him on my Facebook page, or give me a second. Look, give me a second. Cameron's here. Cameron, my friend, how are you? Make sure I'm going to mention to Mocha that you one second. I'm friends with Brian Lane too, if anyone would like to connect with Brian. As well as the magical squirrel sniper. Believe it or not, you guys might find this hard to believe. His real name isn't Squirrel Sniper. His parents did not name him Squirrel Sniper. I was under the impression that he came out Squirrel Sniper, fully formed. He came out with an esoteric book in one hand and a chainsaw in the other. That is not the case. How you doing, Cameron? What's new? Siegfried is just connected to Cameron's channel. Thank you for that. William says, yes, Brian is a legend. Saw him do 10 handstand press-ups today. And did you see his crow, his yoga pose? He met the Jace challenge. And he did very well, not surprisingly, because he's got so much power. However, it's not really so much strength, it's a matter of balancing. And he was able to use that strength to hold himself and yet at the same time find that balance. A lot of it comes from breathing. You calm the breathing and you're able to balance. Cody says, William Hart, if you want, type on Messenger. William says, yes, please, absolutely. All goes here. Man, 2 days in a row. It's an honor. Thanks, Algo. How are you doing? William says, I left a comment there too. Yes, sir. Very neatly done. Precise control. Absolutely. I told him he was definitely a natural yogi, especially considering he's largely self-taught in meditation. He's learned a lot of breath work online. Olga says, appreciate the link drop, Jacob. Olga says, good, you? I'm doing good. Appreciate you asking. Cameron says, what do you think about first impression of people? I mean, if someone did something, you would think he does this all the time. Also, some people change in relationships because they change their attitude. I'm not sure I get the essence of that question about first impression of people. I mean, if someone did something, you would think he does this like all the time. Not sure I'm picking that up. Can you rephrase it a little bit? Some people say they've learned to trust their first impression. I do my best, I'll be honest with you, to not trust my first impression. I'm not saying that I don't have a first impression. I try not to, because what is it? Are you picking up the energy of the person? And if you are, no one's energy stays the same. I try to be open. Take each person as they come, each time they come, without the expectation of, oh, here comes this person. He's exactly the way he was before, or we're going to hear the same thing he always does, or I try not to do that. Some people might say, well, it's human. All humans do it. But do we have to? What if there was another way? I'm going to take my little sleep pill. It's an herbal supplement. I'm already yawning, though. August says he's good, working, figured I'd pop in. I appreciate that. Goldie says, thank you for popping in, Holgo. Siegfried says, your burger video looks very delicious, Holgo. I left a comment of it and connect to your channel. I didn't see a burger. There we go. I'm going to check it out after the live stream before I go to bed. Let's see, our friend Steffi's here. Steffi says, hello everyone, once again, I take a chance to learn English and to follow Eric McCarty's words to understand. That could be a scary proposition, as although I'm a native English speaker, as everyone here will attest to, my English is a bit shaky. Maybe the best advice is listen to me say something, and then ask someone else how to say it. Although, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to help you, my friend. Goldie says, I start with everyone with a white sheet of paper. I make an opinion in time. Nice. Still yawning. Her Siegfried offers a welcome to Steffi, and as he's a native German speaker, it's nice now that we have two. So he will be able to help her a bit. Helga says, well, I was just here to pop in. I got to get back to work. I see you all later, Yogi. See you at 5 a.m. for the reading. Oh, awesome. I appreciate that. Helga says, funny enough, my most popular video. Yeah, I saw that. 410. Hey, man, people like a good burger. I am at a loss as to what makes a good video any longer. As I mentioned before, I would post a nature short and they would get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, sometimes 6,000 views. Now, lucky if I break 100 on some of them. Don't know. William says, I just saw Jason's burger and Louis's French toast. That's it so far. Holger's got his burger up. Cameron says, for instance, some people say that you have changed, but in reality, people just hided his behavior and later showed their real attitude in general. Is it true? I don't think that everyone likes to make a good impression for however long that they're able to. No one likes to put out all of their stuff. Let's see. Red Flag says, who is this clown? Man, I'm the same clown that was here earlier today. Eric McCarty, Yogi, whatever you want to call me. I think he called me champ last time. So, yeah, hey, we've been introduced. I'll be the same guy here tomorrow. So we can start with a brand new question tomorrow. Maybe, how tall is this guy? I'm 5'9", so we're going to need a new question. I don't know. You'll come up with something. I got a feeling that you're a very smart, very intelligent guy. So let's see what you bring tomorrow, my friend. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people change like that. And I don't think they intentionally hide. They try to make a good impression. We all have our dark side. We all have our personality quirks. And sometimes we don't want people to see it. So we shove it down. This is what the great psychologist Carl Jung called our shadow. All the stuff that we don't like about ourselves, we stuff into this dark bag that we drag around with us, and yet it's projected outwards without us knowing it. So I think that's what we pick up on. I appreciate you explaining that. Definitely caught it. Gordy says, good catch, guys. I was told he comes in almost every day. This is the second time today. I think he might have been here early today. Siegfried says, hello, Red Flag, how are you? He has some questions. William says, Cameron, it's entirely possible that you will find many people whom hide their intentions. You could ask them privately. Master Sergeant, retired Mocha is here. Hello, Mocha. Bumblebee T is here. T, how are you? William says, T and Mocha, welcome. Her Siegfried says, hello to Milka, how are you? And asks Bumblebee how she is. Goldie says, hi there, lovely T. And hi there, lovely Milka. Oh, hey, Milka, I wanted to mention, because you might not have recognized the name, uh, William Hart has sent you a friend request on Facebook. Jacob drops the link for Milka. T says, I'm exhausted. Hope the ward is more calmer tonight. Had a lady shouting till 3 a.m., but got took off board to play in the OT kitchen. You got to go into the kitchen, or she did? T says, William Hart, I'm on Facebook too. Milka says, okie dokie. Let's see. First says, is it okay I speak German to Steffi? Because me and her speak more fluent in German than English. Absolutely, my friend. I was happy to see you make her more comfortable. As she said, she likes to come here to help improve her English. Again, I'm such a poor person to learn English from. But I appreciate that you can make it easier for her and make it more comfortable for her as well. So, and also thanks for asking. You never need to ask. I got complete faith that you will do everything just the way it needs to be done. But I do appreciate you asking. I trust all you guys. T says, T is taking her supplements right now. I just took mine. Made a cup of herbal tea with an occupational therapist. Is it just too heavy? Her Siegfried says, my English is not very good either. I've never had a problem understanding what you write. For that matter, neither with Steffi. So both of you guys are doing awesome. Rowan says, oh, well, T, hope you definitely get an easier time tonight, and I'm open to connect there, T. Thank you. It's nice connecting on Facebook. It just gives a personal note, Leo says, much love, Yogi. Much love to you, my friend. Hey, how's it feeling after using the 35-pound vest? Siffy says, I really appreciate that. I can be with you despite the language barrier. Absolutely, my friend. And you know what? I don't see it so much as a barrier as an opportunity for you and I and everyone here. We find ways of communicating, some easier, deeper ways of communicating with each other. My cat's meowing at me. Siegfried says he's still trying to learn English as well. I know very little, but I am more fluent in German. Do an excellent job, both of you. T says hello to everyone she missed. She's listening while she sorts out her supplements. Let's see. Cameron said, I said, for instance, I mean that you were playing football once. People will think that always, but in reality, you may like basketball. I am talking about people who are very close. That's a deep question. I don't know as I have an answer to that. I mentioned before, everyone is projecting something. None of it is absolutely true. People don't generally know themselves any more than we know them. What might be, maybe they're hoping that they can like. Maybe they're hoping that you will like them better if they play football. Um, Maybe they're hoping that they will like themselves better if they like football. People are mysteries. If we try to understand them, we're only going to misunderstand them more and more. We'll never really know anyone in depth, not fully. Um, but if we accept them on their terms with little expectation, it's easier. If we have an expectation, if we say, but you always like football, and now I find out that you like basketball, I feel betrayed. Did they betray you, or did you just have an expectation that they would always like this? So if we give up the expectation, we're giving them the freedom to simply be, and they'll settle into it. Milka says she knows very little German. She does know Spanish, though, and she knows Somali. Pear says, hello to Leo Sidso. T says, yoga, yes, kettle too heavy and awkward because my wrist, but pointed out how I wouldn't be able to access a cooker or bib without adaptations. There's got to be a way around that when you're in your home when you're in your home setting. Cameron says, here Siegfried says he connected to Cameron. Nice. Cameron says, to strengthen my point, I will say, as people who learn languages, it is really tough because they did not get used to it to sound like in first impressions. Okay, that's understandable. T says, here I understand your translation. Yeah, I think both Steffi and her do a great job. Cameron says I meant people who are not very close. I think it's the same with people closer or otherwise. I think, again, the key is you accept what people give you without being attached to that one opportunity where you say, well, this is who they are. That's always on us, never on them. If we say, well, you no longer live up to my expectation of who I thought you were, is that on them or is that on us? Adam's here. Adam, how are you, my friend? And Lupus is here. Lupus, how are you? William says, unfortunately, you cannot know without asking. If you want an answer, just ask, and I hope they see the love in your attempt to understand. Nicely said. And remember, most people don't know themselves. I'd say the vast majority of people don't know themselves. Steffi says, Mrs. Siegfried translates this in the keyboard on the cell phone and has translator on and on the conversation. I can read what Eric says. Nice. That sounds hopeful. Let's see. T says, Yogi, they need to give me an adaptive kitchen and an adaptive flat. Thing is, I could do it independently if I had facilities. Goes in favor of me. I think as if I couldn't do it, I'd be forced to have careers. When are they going to be making these decisions? Any ideas? Adam says, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? I'm doing well. I cannot complain. Here it says, hello, how are you? To Lupus. Lupus says, I've been here. Don't welcome me? No? Well, as welcoming is my nature, and as it's my channel, I already welcomed you, my friend. And if you don't feel welcome, I'm sorry. And also, no one's ever forced to stay here. If they do not like the conversation, if they don't like me or what I'm saying, hey, we can always part company on good terms. Absolutely fine with that. Okay, says hello there, Adam and Lupus. Siegfried says that he's good. Let's see. Adam says Donka. Nice. Where are you from, Adam? Her has connected to Lupus's channel. Where it says, Lupus, you are free to reject it, just as I am free to do whatever. But as you have requested, I will respect as much. Her Siegfried says, Adam Norden Danke means thank you in German. Lupus says, freedom is really a curse, isn't it? I don't know. Have you realized freedom? We're not going to go deep in the weeds tonight, but how are you defining freedom, and who is it that feels that they're free? Who is it that feels that they're not free? Man, it all goes back to what we talked about last night, that self-inquiry, asking, who am I? Who is it that's free? Who is it that doesn't feel like they're free? William says, I'm figuring things out, but optimistic about life. Nice. Cameron says, sorry for comments because they are messy and you didn't catch the point. I'm sorry, my friend. No need to ever apologize. The fact that I didn't catch the point is entirely on me and not on you. But hey, we can keep coming back to it. And maybe eventually it'll sink in with me. Maybe someone else who's read it has a better perspective. Maybe they understood it a bit more. But you know what? I got to stand by the fact that we simply accept people as they come to us moment by moment by moment without ever having the expectation that you're always going to be the same. Sometimes they might be, sometimes they may not be. Luke says, I never stated such an insult to a community ever. I am not sure what that means. And still never. And I'm still not sure what that means. Oh, Adam's from the Kingdom of Norway. Nice. I'm not sure if we've had anyone from Norway here before. Very much appreciate you being here. We have an international community. We have Transylvania, Romania. We have 2 people from Germany. We have various people in the United States. We have the United Kingdom. Specifically, we have England. Cameron, I'm not sure where you are. I know we've talked about this before, and I apologize that I've forgotten. We have Kay Renee representing the great state of... You're in Texas, right? I know one time I thought you were in California, but I think you told me you were in Texas. William is in for now until tomorrow. He's going to be leaving Kansas, heading east. T says, let's be nice and pleasant. I'd like to get you with someone. It's your prerogative to hide that person from each other, from seeing each other. Pippa says the term free doesn't actually define itself in a civilization. My own thoughts, it's an inner condition that can be explored and be cultivated. Nelson Mandela found his freedom while he was in prison for, 27 years? As did many other people. Viktor Frankl, in the most horrendous of conditions, discovered meaning in a concentration camp. Herr Siegfried says to Adam that he has friends that live in Norway. Nice. Adam says, we are on Earth. We won't be free until we are all dead and resurrected. I believe that. And actually, many people here do as well. So, Adam, you're not alone, my friend. My own thoughts is that we can be resurrected within any moment, every moment, right now. We don't need to wait until we're dead. We can also die. This is why in the Sufi tradition, as well as many Buddhist traditions, they say die while you are still alive. Die to yourself, meaning ego, now, and you'll be resurrected in freedom. Free of the grip of ego, meaning that you are no longer pushed and pulled and by the ego's attractions and aversions. Warren says, thank you, T. You're right. I asked for your forgiveness, Lupus. I apologize for being terse. I don't think you were terse. Lupus says, hey, I'm from Norway. I didn't know that. Nice. So we got 2 people from Norway. We have 2 friends from Norway now. Absolutely awesome. Well, actually, Adam was saying to her, he's got 2 friends. T says, Lupus, freedom isn't a curse. Freedom is important for some. Some say freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. If Mocha is still here, I'm sure she saw that coming eventually in this conversation. That was, by the way, Janis Joplin. Well, actually, Chris Christopherson by way of Janis Joplin. Me and Bobby McGee. A great song that I got to be honest with you, I'm a little tired of. Let's see. Anyway, sorry. T says, Lupus, freedom isn't a curse. Freedom is important for some. I'm disabled and my freedom and my wheelchair is important. I ask others to don't judge me and my life when you're not walked in my shoes. T says, Adam, good evening from UK. England, we are having many rioting cities rioting. I've heard. Praying for peace, my friend. Adam says, God bless the UK and God bless America. God bless Norway, my friend. Very kind of you to say. Kay says, I'm in California. So I'm going to say the great state of California. I remember because we were talking with Odom. And we were talking about the I forget which part of the garden. We were talking about gardening. Cameron says, no, it's on me. I could not explain my point. I did understand about people's expectations, but the majority of people just assume, predicts people behavior. They do. I agree. And that's on them. It's never, never on the other person. Steffi says, we have become a big community, even though we are all different. I have always been warmly welcomed by this community. Thank you. You know what? And it was nice to meet you. I saw you on Jace's channel for quite some time, and we always said hi to each other. And then you showed up here, and I really, really appreciated that. And I absolutely agree that, and we were talking about that earlier today, how the community has expanded past fitness, past any boundaries, and it just includes people who care about each other, regardless. Sometimes people who care about each other, even when people come in and they can be a little disruptive, and that doesn't mean that they're not cared for. That's the thing that amazes me most of all, the warm welcome that we give everyone. Lupus says, you are not free, ever. You are still below a system. You could potentially say we are under a new commission. Or you could be wrong. You just never know. Adam says, 4664. What is that, my friend? I've just connected with Adam as well. It's really nice to meet you, Adam. Let's see here. Cameron says, as you said, a lot of people predict based on their first impressions. They do, unfortunately. Jacob says, thank you for having me on your live stream once again, brother Mr. Yogi. Much love and respect. Big salute. Heading out. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate you being here, my friend. I appreciate everything you do. Not just for me, but everywhere I see you. Cameron says, for example, you have said I had interesting questions, and that is your first impression of me. And you may expect questions from me, and you are 100% correct. I'm not sure that I would consider that a impression, though. And I do enjoy your questions quite a bit. Always thought-provoking. And they always tend to steer me in a particular conversation that surprises me with what I'm saying, which I really enjoy when that happens. When I catch myself and I say, well, where did that come from? Queen Caitlin's here, says, hey. Hello, my friend, how are you? Thanks for coming back. I'm not sure if I have first impressions of too many people here, or if they're lasting. Hey, even our friend, what's his name? Red something up ahead. I don't even have really a first or lasting impression of him, even though he likes to show up with a He obviously does not care for the things that I'm saying. However, he keeps showing up regardless. So I'm open to whatever he brings any day. So far, it's been the same thing. That doesn't mean it's always going to be the same thing. Lupus says, oh, I'm sorry, I missed something from, let's see. Adam says, do I have a channel? Okay. You do have a channel, my friend. Lupus says, if God exists, we will never be free because we're all his creation. That's one way of looking at it. As Siegfried says, be sure to hit the thumbs up, everyone, and hit the subscription button. Thank you for that. Lupus says, what do you mean, Bumblebee? Was talking about we are not free, only proving my point. All right, I'm doing my best to catch up. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Adam says, God exists, and he have created everything, and in the next life, Santa Claus will be real, and Adolf will be my adopted son. Interesting way of looking at it. And who's to say? Man, it's all a mystery. I rule out nothing. Cameron says, as you said, a lot of people predict upon the first impression. I've read that once. Runner Boy is here. Yeah, many people do. But again, it's always on them. And Runner Boy, how was the arm workout? Adam says, I would like a couple of years too with this program. Sounds like a nice way for you to relax. Gregory, hey man, life's been really tough lately, and I keep trying despite the BS that pulls me back, but it's hard for sure, life. Yeah, it certainly can be, my friend. I'm sorry for that. So what's been tough? T says, Lupus, each night I fear you're trying to push to get a reaction. Because you're not getting a reaction, you keep pushing. Sorry, brother, I'm not here for that. Just my point of view. I'm free to have. Midwest says, sorry, it jumped down. Where'd we go? There it goes. What's up, bro? Trump in the house. What's up, Midwest? I always wish people good luck in the election. Whoever you're rooting for. Whoever you're voting for. Good luck. Because you know what? Whoever is elected is going to be president for all of us. So, hey, whoever's elected, let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best for each of us. Everyone register. Absolutely. Vote season. You're right, my friend. It is voting season. I have friends on both sides of the aisle, from one extreme to the next. And again, whoever's going to win the election is going to be our president. Cameron says, yeah, that is your answer to my question. Also, another question. Sometimes I can't explain myself to people. As you see, like right now, how to explain myself clearly. It's definitely hard online, isn't it? Getting a point across on a little tiny screen, typing things, it's difficult. I don't know if I know the best way to be doing it. I guess offering different ways each time, which you did. And I think slowly we started getting towards an understanding there. So I think the key is always patience. Everything comes down being patient. Patient is just another form of kindness. So, hey, given a choice, be kind. which you've always been, Cameron. Oh, Adam says 4664 is the prison number of Nelson Mandela. Peace be up to him. Hey, thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that. Awesome. I'm a big admirer of Nelson Mandela. Imagine being in prison for that long and coming out with only forgiveness in your heart. No hate whatsoever for those who put him behind bars, and then only wanting what was best for his country. Adam, I really appreciate that. Gregory says, thanks, Bumble. Lupus says, what defines freedom? The totality of what is, just like Yogi said. It is like using an example, defensive democracy and constitutional democracy, both under the same topic and subject. Well, I guess we're talking about outer freedom here. But everything changes when we start talking about inner freedom. I don't know if we have much to say about outer freedom. You know, how does our opinion fit into the majority opinion of others? It can easily get pushed away, shoved away. We're left shouting in a void. But when you gain that inner freedom, it's like learning to surf. There's going to be waves, high waves, low waves. There's going to be no waves. But you're able to roll along with it. This is why Abraham Maslow said that self-actualized person is free of the good opinion of others. T says, Gregory, you changed your name. Not sure. Not sure I'm following 100% the direction of your conversation, Lucas. Lucas says you can never have an answer if you deny its ability to be itself. You could ask, "What if?" Not maybe you're wrong, or maybe you're wrong about that. Who knows? Stephanie says, "I say goodbye. Wish everyone a good night. It will be very interesting, and only if you talk openly with each other. It's easier to live." Absolutely, Stephanie. Thank you for that. And you have a good night, my friend. Lucas says, well, as Yogi stated, you shouldn't try to change someone's knowledge or way of thinking. I have said that. I will never stop, only growing my ego by the second. I get muted. Growing the ego only leads to more suffering, my friend. I have never once muted you. Adam says, my inner freedom, eagle, my inner freedom is called. It is an eagle, right? Texas is on steroid. T said, oh, Reaper's here. Sorry about that, T. Reaper, how are you? Did I miss you coming in earlier? Siegfried says, I think my younger sister might be able to take care of her because she's not married and has no kids. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the conversation. Reaper says, I push to get reaction. Why do you think I'm here? The problem is that you're never getting the reaction that you think you deserve. Eventually, when people keep pushing for reactions, it grows tiresome and people just start ignoring them. You haven't reached that point yet. I try not to ignore people, but at a certain point, if it starts to shape the conversation in a way that, I'll be honest, I'm just not interested in, I probably would start ignoring you. Unfortunately, and I feel bad about that. Just being honest. TM, or Reaper, sorry I missed you when you came in. It seems my live stream is jumping all over the place. I apologize if I've missed anyone's comment. Lupus says, so Reaper, I still haven't quote on quote kick some rocks. Adam says, so kind, man, you open-minded and cool. Keep it up. Get a thumbs up. Well, thank you, my friend. I'm a work in progress, that's for sure. Super says he basically sits around and reads comment. I do. And you come here almost every day now, sometimes several times a day. So this is what I mean, though, is, you know what, you lose track. I lose track of the conversation a bit, and I apologize for that. As I see that our friend Herr Siegfried is mother has Parkinson's. I haven't heard that myself, Herr Siegfried. I'm sorry that I missed that. My prayers to your mother, my prayers to you and your family. Her says, Bumblebee T, I would take care of my mother, but I haven't room in my house. I have my wife and 3 kids. This weekend I'm going to see my siblings, and we are going to talk about to see who can take care of our mother. Nice that you're having that meeting. I helped take care of my mom with Alzheimer's, and then I was my dad's primary caregiver for a number of years. T says, let's see. Thinks his younger sister might be able to take care of her because she is not married and has no kids. I hope so, my friend. Cameron says, my question was, people predict your behavior by only first impressions, and they will be surprised if you do something different. Is that true or not? And you said it is true, and my theory is true. Yeah, I think people probably do. I think they're probably mistaken. Because no one is ever their first impression, or their second, or their last, or whatever. People are just as people are, and it's fluid. Always fluid. So we allow people their fluidity. All right. I'm going down towards the bottom, guys. I'm going to work my way up. I apologize. Reaper says, guys, I ate French toast I saw this morning and a slice of pizza not that long ago. Hey, double Navy SEALs. As you said in your post on your community page, double Navy SEALs. You put in a day of double Navy SEALs, you can eat what you want. Let's see. Adam says it's just some funny stuff from PC game in the 90s I play. Comment about steroids freedom in Texas. I hadn't heard that before. It made me laugh. Let's see. Her Siegfried says, Danke for the prayers. Just Yogi. My mother is 74 years old. You're welcome, my friend. It is not easy when our parents are aging. My mother's Alzheimer's broke my heart, but in the best possible way, because it opened up a channel in me of deep commitment and caring that I didn't even know that I had. And then it was a blessing to have that when it came time for me to care for my father. Adam says, may God heal sickness for those who are sick. Amen. Absolutely, my friend. Amen. Joining you in that prayer. So, we're going to wrap things up in a minute. Our friend Wolf is here. Wolf, how are you? Reaper says, just a little nervous because I know myself when it comes to food. But yeah, but you still got another month of hard training left. And then all bets are off. Once sometime in September rolls around, all bets are off. T, he will lose his 12-pack. Purposely so. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to the Burpee Reaper Show Part 2. Actually, Part 1. I guess we're in Part 2 now, and then we have the big reset. Her Siegfried says, I forgot to say my mother has dementia too. That's tough. That is tough. As I mentioned before, it is heartbreaking. But my friend, there is grace. There is grace in what's happening. Your mother loses her. She loses her memories. She doesn't lose her awareness. She doesn't lose her essence. She never loses who she is. She just loses the memories that she has. And that is heartbreaking. But when you relate to your mother as awareness and not those memories, it becomes so much easier. I would look into my mother's eyes and I would see the deep intelligence of who she was, even in the absence of the memories of knowing who she was. So that never changed. And I was able to relate to my mother again in a whole different way, which was a gift to me because I didn't have the best of relationships with my mom. So to be able to get in that position and that we were able to forgive each other for the mistakes that we had made, one of the best things that's ever happened to me. She was a school teacher, and I always likened that was her final gift. That was her final teaching, was teaching me how to be patient, how to be infinitely patient with someone in that condition. Definitely, man, my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to your mom, all your siblings. Reaper says, thank you, guys. So sorry, guys. I fell behind in the conversation there in the end. You know how it is when you're just sitting around reading comments. Richard's here. Camera says, define maturity from your perspective. Interesting. Define maturity from my perspective. I'm going to go with what I was talking about with Herr Siegfried. Kindness and patience. Maturity is simply growing into our own innate kindness and patience. We start putting the ego aside. We're no longer egocentric, and now we're growing in spirit. Richard says, yo, I'm back. It's been forever. It has been a while. How are you, my friend? Reaper says, Tia, just go wild. Hey, look at his, just a week or so ago, he posted a video of where he started this year. Him with his shirt off. You guys, you won't recognize him. William says, Eric, there is not much in the way of thanks or blessings I can give, but I generally feel that it was meant to be and things are going as willed. I no longer feel absent from the is. That's awesome, William. And you're just going to grow more and more into that. Follow Me Global says, Yo, Eric, when was the last time you smoked weed, man? Probably 4 years ago. Medicinal, of course. It's all medicinal. If it makes you feel good, it's medicinal. Laradox says, guys, the service is horrible. I'm sorry to hear that, Laradox. Yeah, it was about 4 years ago or so. I tell you what, I think the modern medicinal stuff is just too strong. I know you can get it not quite so strong. Cameron says, really appreciate your answer, but I should go to bed. I'm not far behind you, my friend. And you're welcome. I always do my best to answer. Laradox says, I'm trying to chat, but I don't know if it's working. It seems to be. I think he means his internet service, Siegfried. Oh, phone service. Reaper says, nope. He's currently in the woods. That's a good place to be. Some of my favorite places to be. Roy says, but I cannot work physically as much as you, so I have to exercise stupid restraints. You'll get there. We all start where we start. You ever think about maybe a little more of a comprehensive yoga routine to help build some stability? But also you could put on some muscle during yoga because you're doing body weight stuff. Mobility, balance, strength, as well as the deep energetic system. You're opening up your energetic channels. You get a more subtle energy. Let's see. Follow Me Global said, Eric, did you see my question, bro? About the last time I smoked weed? Yep, I answered that. About 4 months ago. Oh, do I own a strap? No. I don't know what a strap is. I think the modern lingo was probably lost on me. Sorry, I missed that. Nodak says, you can see my videos, but I'm currently in Pure Woods. Enjoy it, my friend. Nodak says, I love the woods. Me too. William says, good night, Cameron. Grim the Tuber is back. Thanks for coming back, my friend. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. Doing great. I am. Thanks. And you know what? I hope everyone is as well. Siegfried says, Laradox, I see some of your videos. How old are you? He's 15. Soon to be 16. Let's see. Reaper's going to do the Spartan event, August 25th. Wow. I had some people try to talk me into that at one time. Good for you, Reaper. I'm looking forward to, that's not too far away. I'm looking forward to following along in that. Wolf says, Barb is resting after supper. I think yoga And some Qigong would help with that, William. He says physically limited in a shoulder. There isn't much I can do. I filled a water jug over the sink. Man, I think yoga would be perfect for you because you could do it while you're traveling. Pick up a used yoga mat somewhere, and you're good to go. Grim says, I'm doing great. Busy day, taking care of my gran. Well, God bless you for that, my friend. Oh, taking care of your gun. Grim says, afternoon, Yogi. Thank you, my friend. Oh, strap, gun. Oh, yeah. I have a 20 gauge shotgun. And believe it or not, I have a 3040 Craig modified into a deer rifle. 3040 Craig was a Army issued rifle in the Spanish-American War. It's an 1898 3040 Craig that was modified into a deer rifle and given to my father as a gift when he was a boy. I got a 22 as well. But I don't have any type of handgun or anything. Maui is here and says, day 2 of saying thank you for my mod. Absolutely, my friend. Well deserved and well earned. So, guys, I'm going to have to shut things down. I've been all over in this conversation. I apologize. I fell behind. I'm going to have to... Reaper says, Carl Eric skipping a lot of comments. I am, and I apologize for that. I'm going to have to give less attention to certain friends. And I hate to do that, but it's the same conversation every night, and I don't think I can give him a different answer than I've been giving him. And as he said, he just wants the reaction, doesn't want the conversation. So what's the point? Man, if he wanted to continue the conversation, sometimes I think that we're getting places, but yeah, I don't think so. So I'm just going to go ahead and chalk it up to whatever. So I apologize. Mallory says he's good. Dardak says he's going live in exactly 10 minutes. Exactly. My cat keeps meowing at me. William says he's going to definitely keep working out. Well, let's talk, and we can come up with a yoga routine for you. Global says he's just booked 10 nights in Hurghada. Where is that? Adam says, we love you, you're awesome. I appreciate that. T says, Yogi, round and round like a merry-go-round, gets boring and seasick. Yeah, I agree. It definitely got boring. You know, at first I thought there was a real intent. And then when he said, hey, I'm just trying to get reaction, which we all knew, but I thought at least under there was some sincerity. Oh, it's in Egypt. Nice. Man, that's going to be awesome. Weren't you there not too long ago? What have you taken off, my friend? Adam says you are forgiven. I appreciate that. Sorry, my cat is meowing at me. reminding me it's time for me to go to bed. Follow Me Global says, I visit it twice a year, every year. Yeah, I remember visiting your channel and seeing some videos. Grim says, Yogi, have you ever followed DDP yoga? I have, actually. It's good stuff. It literally helped a gentleman walk again. He's off his crutches, and he's helped so many former professional wrestlers, including Jake the Snake. Yeah, amazing stuff. And it keeps getting better and better. Adam said this time, it's now 1 o'clock in Norway at night. Wow. So, all right, guys, I got to wrap things up, or I'm just going to follow behind. I apologize. I'm normally a little bit better. I'm not a lot better, but I'm a little bit better. Let's see. Global says, I went in Hurghada 7 nights last December, Sharm el Sheikh in June for 7 nights, and now back to Hurghada in December for 10 nights. Nice. William says he's also ready for bed. So, one more time, guys, I apologize. I'll do better next time. Well, I say that. I don't know if I will. I'm going to try to do better next time. Oh, Global says, what are you apologizing for? Because I've fallen behind. I've missed a whole lot of comments. And I do my best to read as many as possible and to stay... you know, I have a sincere interest in what my friends have to say. They take the time to come here and visit. At the very least, I should have the courtesy to address all of the comments. And I do my best, but I'm a bit slow on the uptake. Grim says, you never have to apologize, buddy. Your channel is awesome, buddy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Global says, Minor Bro, you try your best. Thank you. I apologize for that as well. Thank you, T. T says it's okay. Well, again, because I appreciate you guys being here. You guys could be on any channel, any live stream. You could be watching cat videos. Instead, you're here. And I can honestly say I am less entertaining than a cat video. But I appreciate it. So... Let's see. T says, Yogi, it's okay. Reaper was naughty, but I kept him on the right track. Or is it the other way around? I'm going to have to review the conversation above. I've seen both sides of this discussion, T. All right, so I'm going to say goodnight. Once again, guys, I appreciate you all being here. I'll be back. I do my 5 a.m. reading. We're working with the Tao Te Ching still. 10 more days. Tomorrow, guys, our friend William takes off on his journey, on his venture. So let's wish him luck. Sending out prayers to our friend Herr Siegfried and his mother and his family. And everyone else who needs a prayer. We're here for you guys. Adam says, we are lucky those who have been replaying too. It's a bonus. Your channel is the best. Good night. Good night, my friend. Thank you. I'm going to see everyone later.